Hey guys, welcome to Sarah's Jewelry Studio. So today we're going to be doing the finished jewelry from the January 2023 Potomac Beads Best Bead Box, the Treasure Edition. So this one was called Buried Treasure, and it had lots of bright copper tones, Czech glass, exotic shapes and colors. So we're going to go ahead and go over that. I'm going to show you all the jewelry that I made out of the box, and I actually used everything, all the materials that came in the box except for some of the head pins. Otherwise I used every single bead. So I'm going to show you guys, and of course I added in some stuff from my own stash to do some different pieces as well. So stay tuned, I'm going to show you what all I made. Alright, so here we go. We're going to do this finished jewelry video. So you can see I used up everything. All my bags are empty, all my little containers are empty, and this is all that I'm left with are these little bits of some ball pins. Alright, so I'm going to show you my last piece that I made here. So this is actually a stretch bracelet with a crab on here. So I live close to Maryland, so lots of Marylanders love their crabs. So the way that I actually made this, it's a little tight for me, but so I used the bails to go around the bead so that it actually like floats over there. So actually then what I realized is it actually can also be worn as an anklet. So it was actually big enough to be an anklet, but the way that I actually intended this to fit as a bracelet was like this. So it's a stretch bracelet with the metal component pieces here, but it goes like this. So it's actually a double strand stretch bracelet. So it would go like this. So like I said, it was a little tight for me. This was the last of these beads that I had. So just a hair tight for me, but I thought that turned out really cute actually. I was really pleased with the way that came out. So like I said, I had the two bails here, a couple of jump rings, and then I already owned this crab link here, which I got from Joann's. So that crab tried to get me. Did you see that? So there is that bracelet. This was, I believe this was the last piece that oh no, this wasn't the last piece. This was like second to last. And then, like I said, then I realized that it could actually be worn as an anklet also, with the crab just kind of hanging down to the side like that. So I thought that was really cute. It'd be fun to wear to the beach as an anklet actually. Alright. So this bracelet here is the last bracelet that I made. I used up the last of my little Eva beads. I used up the last of the seed beads, the last of these clear rondelles, the last of the blue. Actually, this is majority of what I used these blue beads in. So I also added in some black super duos. Like I said, I was just using up what I had. I used my button to make the clasp. These I actually pulled from my own stash, the silver ones here. This was the last of this bead that I had, the one that was like the football shape. So I did actually use thread for this with a needle and just kind of went through it. And as you see, it does clasp nicely. So I kind of like that it makes different looks. So depending on how you wear it, it would have a different look. So, and you can change it. So you can wear it so that the top shows or that the bottom shows. So it's like two bracelets in one. So this is kind of how I've envisioned wearing it. So like this, where you have this kind of decorative touch right on the top with the button there. And then this part would be on the bottom. Or you could flip it over if you didn't want the button to be on the top. And then you could have this part as like a focal point on top. Or if you didn't want a focal point, you just put this whole part right on top. So like I said, it's kind of a piece that just has a bunch of different looks to it, and I like that. I think it's fun. So I think that piece turned out nicely. Alright, so there we go. So there was that bracelet. Like I said, this was the last piece that I made. I believe this was the second to last piece. So I guess we're working backwards here. So I have this bracelet that I made, and so I did see in the email that I got from Potomac Beads with a suggestion of how to use these beads, and this was kind of similar to what they suggested, but I actually saw that email after I had already made this. And so I had these beads, and what I was trying to go for was like cat eyes, like that. But everyone that I asked, they were like, yeah, I don't see it. But so I guess that didn't work out. But if there's someone with two initials of V, that'd be pretty cool. Actually, I knew a guy in high school. His name was Victor Vargas. See, that would totally work for him. I don't think he would want to wear this. But anyway, so yeah, so I just used these other two hole beads that I had in the middle there that I already owned. And then I just used these, the rondelles with the seed beads in the middle. And what I did was I just kind of did like a pattern with the colors. So it was like the blues and then into the teals and then into the purples. And then I just had some random pieces, the gold, the silver. So I just tried to kind of make a pattern, but it was also kind of just a free form idea. So, and like I said, my little cat eyes didn't work out so well, but I still think it's cute. Alright, so then, now I don't know which order I'm going in anymore. These were all kind of in the middle. So I made this bracelet here. So this is just some like suede leather that's braided, and I got it like this. Now I didn't have, so this toggle came in the box, but I didn't have two clips that were the same in this tone. These were the only two that I had, so I just went with it. And you know, honestly, I don't think that, you know, it even bothers me that it has two different of these fabric ends on there. So it's all the same color tone, and you know, this matches the size of the bar, and then this side matches the side of the ring of the toggle clasp. So honestly, it doesn't even bother me that the two different sides don't match, and I think that's okay. I think things don't have to be always matchy. So there you go. So I just did the two strands, and then I used the bail in the middle, and then I just used some of the ball pins with the different beads on here. I'm going to show you how it kind of lays out when you put it on. So it kind of makes a half circle. So you can see how they kind of flare out like that. So it makes a little half circle. But then it also can just be all bunched up like a little bunch. But it does just naturally lay like that as you're wearing it. So I thought that was fun. Nice little simple piece. Not overly done up. Okay, so there was that piece there. I'm going to save my favorite piece for last. Oh, you know what? I did use those blue beads in a pair of earrings also. I forgot about these. Okay, so here's a pair of earrings that I made, and these just each have 3 strands. So I did one with just the clear rondelles, one with just the blue, and then just a piece of chain, just to kind of give it a little more silver in there. And then I just have those matching. So just some nice dangles. And then they're just on a fish hook earring wire there. So I thought those were cute. A little pop of color in there. There's those earrings. And then I did make one more pair of earrings. And then we'll move on. Oh, I made 2 more pairs of earrings. And then we'll move on to necklaces. So those were all the bracelets I made. So I made 4 bracelets. There we go. So this one, if you watched my tutorial on the Tree of Life leaf necklace, I made these earrings that kind of go along with that theme. This was the last of the leaves after I made that. So I just used some wire. I believe this is 20 or 22 gauge wire. And I just kind of looped it around, made some little coils, just kind of give it that natural, organic kind of look. And I just worked with it until I thought it looked nicely. So there's 4 leaves on each earring. They just kind of hang like that. Alright, so there are those. Okay, and then the other pair of earrings I made are with the other 2 bails that were left. And I just used one each of the little green beads. So this is a very simple pair So it's just the bail hung upside down on there, one little bead with the ball pin, and then just on some earring wires that I already had in the same tone. So just a nice simple dangle earring. And I thought these turned out cute. I really liked using these bails as pretty much anything except a bail. Well, no, I did use it as kind of a bail on this one. Well, and I guess on these two. Alright, so I guess I did use it as an actual bail, just not on a necklace. Alright, so next I'm going to show you this piece that I made here. So this is a necklace. We're moving on to necklaces now. So I'm going to scooch these out of the way over here a little bit, because this one I need to lay out for you. So this one kind of reminds me of Frozen. So I have a bunch of little girls, and they always are trying to be Elsa. So this piece just reminded me of Elsa. So here is this necklace. So I wasn't sure what to do with these shape of bead. I'd never worked with that shape before, and so once I got to looking at it, I really thought that it just looked like it needed to be on a necklace. So I made this nice statement piece. Now you see that this kind of has some shape to it. So what I did was I fed a piece of memory wire, necklace size memory wire, through the chain, so it kind of gives it some bulk to it. And then I just hung the dangles on some head pins there, and just hooked them right to the chain. And then, like I said, I have the chain fed through some necklace memory wire. So you can see I just have it looped on, oh, hold on, we're not focusing, there we go, looped on the ends there. And then I just fed the chain through, which, let me tell you, that took a little bit of time and some patience, but I did eventually get it through there. So, and I had to rework this necklace a few times to try and get the spacing correct, and or at least to where I liked it. I'm trying to get everything to lay the right way, but once it's on, it does look really nice actually. But I think it turned out really pretty. These blue beads are actually really pretty. So the shape kind of threw me off, but I was like, I am determined to find something that I think is going to work really well with this shape. And so I think this works really well with this shape of bead. Alright, so then the Tree of Life necklace I talked about. If you didn't see, I did make a tutorial on how to go about making this. So you can see I put a couple of birds in there. I believe they were finches. So, and then I just hung this right onto a piece of chain. Which is, there we go. It was caught under some leaves. And then I just put I believe that's a dragonfly toggle. But the bar that came with this, or at least that I had paired with it, whether that's how it came or not, or I just tried to put something together, it didn't work. So I just used a lobster claw right on there to hook into that loop. So there is that one. And then my favorite piece, I really love the way this last one turned out. So this, I'm going to show you the chain first. So this, I just used the bicones with the, what were these? Czech nuggets? I believe these were the nuggets. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But I think that's what they were. And then this is the pendant that I came up with. So if you remember, I believe, was it in this video? I believe it was when I made the tutorial for this video. I showed this bead. So I actually did some wire wrapping. And, well, I guess it's not really wire wrapping. I made a bail with the wire. And I kind of made this a cage. So I actually have just a head pin going down through the middle of the bead. So it does spin. And then, oh, you know what? I didn't use a head pin. I tried to use a head pin and it just was not cooperating. So actually I just used 2 pieces of this wire. Now this is actually thin wire. So this is actually, I believe, 3 pieces of wire braided together. So I have a wire twirler. Let me show you that. Alright, so I got this wire twirler here. And honestly, you could probably really make one of these very easily at home. But I did get this at a jewelry store. And it has these little holes on there, so you just feed the wire in through there however many strands you want, and then you hook it to something that's stationary, like a doorknob, or I used my camera holder arm, that the part that's attached to the table so it wouldn't move. And then all you do is once you have the ends of the wire hooked in here, then you just twist it like this, and then it just makes a nice even twist. So that's how I got this really nice even twist on there, and it kind of looks like just like the wire came that way, except you can see there's one little dent right in there. But otherwise, I think it turned out really cool. And so what I did was I just used a piece that went up through there, and you can see it's just wrapped around the bottom here, and then that just goes up through. And then I just, once I came up around, and it took a while to get the shape perfectly right to match the shape of the pendant, so that the pendant could spin freely in here without hitting it. Then I just came up and made a bail out of the rest of the wire that was left. So I think that turned out really nicely. And then I already had a toggle clasp that was very similar to this, so I thought that worked out nicely. And then, like I said, I just made the necklace with the bicones. There you go. Alright, so that was everything that I made. So I got 3 necklaces, 3 pairs of earrings, and 4 bracelets, which one could be used as an anklet also, out of this box. And then, like I said, I did add in some of my own materials, aside from just findings and chain. What else did I add in? I added in, like I said, the couple of pieces on here. So these were the, what do you call those, super duos. And then I added these 2 silver ones in. And most of this, honestly, I got from the box. So, you know, the leather I added in. But as far as beads themselves, I pretty much used everything that came in the box. Aside from these, they were from an older Potomac beads box from when I got the subscription a while back. So yeah, so I think that is everything. So comment below, let me know what your favorite piece is. And, you know, if there's anything that you want me to, you know, remake with other beads and do another tutorial with, let me know that, and I can do that in the future. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and have a great night.